Hare Krishna. Welcome to Bhagavadgita. Thank you for your time, your encouragement, and listening to me. I'm going to also talk about Sachin Tendulkar. Thanks to him for setting a good example for the world to follow. I was born in India, I was raised up in India, so I grew up with cricket, watching a lot of cricket right since childhood. And everybody in India knows about Sachin Tendulkar. Anybody who follows cricket some level knows about Sachin Tendulkar. He's probably one of the best three players in cricket of all times. The other people who are in the same class are Don Bradman and Sir Vivian Richards from the West Indies. Don Bradman is from Australia. So Tendulkar is kind of the whiskers of cricket, and pretty much anybody who faced him knows that as long as Tendulkar is not out, you never know who's going to win. Even if India, he practically, there's so many times when India was in so much doldrums in cricket, and Tendulkar rescued India like anything. One of the best innings he played was in World Cup against Pakistan, I think in 2003, somewhere in West Indies. I think it was a wonderful match to look at. He made in 75 balls 99 runs, and India was chasing a big total of I think 340 or something, and Tendulkar made it look very easy. He scores runs. More importantly, he demolishes opposition's will to fight. So he's an amazing player. I will little bit analyze what is the secret of his success. I feel like congratulating Sachin Tendulkar more. If you can, somebody please forward this video to your friends so that hopefully one day Tendulkar will watch this. So many times India was in doldrums. 127 for 7 wickets, but Tendulkar is there. Okay, maybe India will win it. This happened with Sri Lanka semi-final in Calcutta, I think in 1997. And once Tendulkar is out, okay, India pretty much loses hope usually. So Tendulkar carries all the expectations of India on his shoulders. He's very, very good player. He's very, very awesome. He's very, very powerful. Now, what are the strengths of Tendulkar? Firstly, he was a very good player. There is no doubt about it. But his mindset also helped him to be a very good player. One is Tendulkar, when he bats, he has a split-second advantage over others when he bats. So essentially, in a way, maybe God's gift, or maybe because of his birth or upbringing, or maybe it is abhyasa, practice, he has a split-second advantage over others. So his senses are sharp. In meditation parlance, I would say he has purified his senses that he gets an extra second advantage over others in terms of his physical reflexes. That's what I mean by we should all try to purify our consciousness, purify our senses so that our senses are sharp. I met a lot of people in my life whom I look up to, whom I have maybe met only once or maybe twice. The first time I met him, I talked to him, and after an year, I meet them and they exactly remember me and the conversation which I had with them. I have a friend by name Dilip. He died actually. He was a professor of sociology at the Indian Institute of Technology, Madras campus. He lived for others practically. He was a blind person. He turned blind around the age of 21, and then his senses were so sharp. If you talk to him today and you go visit him after 5 years, he will recognize your voice. In contrast, so many times I talk to people, but I'm not good at remembering their voices or their names or their features, etc. You talk to my friend Dilip, after 5 years you go talk to him, he'll say, yeah, your name is so and so, this one I talked to you, and here is what the context was. There are some people who are literally God's gift in terms of their senses. So Tendulkar's senses was very sharp. He had very good eye, he had very good arms, and he had very good eye and arm coordination. By doing yoga or meditation, I don't know whether Tendulkar does yoga and meditation or not, but you can also improve your hand-eye coordination, your hand-eye-mind coordination. There's another great quality of Tendulkar. He kept his calm always. There are many people who are somewhat comparable to Tendulkar in their ability to score, but they did not keep their calm on the pitch. Either they were sledging, scolding other people, or getting too agitated if other people are scolding him. Unfortunately, in modern cricket, there is this habit of sledging where people call you foul names to get you distracted. And Tendulkar never once got distracted by what people are telling about him or about his batting. He did well, he did not get distracted. If he played well, he did not get distracted, he did not get over himself. If he did not play well, he did not feel too disappointed either. He was maybe disappointed a little bit, but he kept his composure in ups and downs. And he never responded to sledging. He played the ball, not the person who is throwing the ball, the cricket ball, and he was not playing the slangs which the person is hurling at him. He earned the respect of everybody on the field. He had a good personality. He did not agitate anybody, and he did not get agitated by anything which anybody said. So in summary, there were three qualities which made Tendulkar awesome. One is his good senses, which is hand-eye coordination. The second one was he was playing the ball, not the player. So he only looked at what was important. And the third and the most important was he did not get agitated by anybody, and he did not agitate anybody. This is the principle of Bhagavadgita, 12th chapter, 15th sloka. Yasmat na udvijate loka, lokan na udvijate yaha, harsha marsha bhayo dvegai, mukto yas sachame priyaha. Bhagavad Gita, the last 8 slokas of 12th chapter are my best slokas because they talk about composure. All the successful people in the world are very, very composed. They have high level of thinking. They're also very composed and very focused on what they're executing against. This is the principle which leading CEOs have, like Mr. Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, etc. So I bet you that you'll love memorizing this sloka. You'll love chanting this sloka, maybe 108 times a day. Yasmat na udvijate loka, loka na udvijache yaha, harsha marsha bhayo dvegai, mukto yas sachame priyaha. He by whom no one is put into difficulty and who is not disturbed by anyone, who is equipoised in happiness and distress, fear and anxiety, is very dear to Krishna. You see, most of the world today gets into some kind of difficulty or anxiety or fearfulness or dissatisfaction on small things. But somebody who has a deep connection with his inner self, somebody who has a higher sense of taste, he does not put anybody into anxiety, and he does not get into anxiety because of anybody. Now we see that today many religious people, in the name of religion, they are put into a lot of anxiety, and they are put into a lot of anxiety. Bhagavad Gita rejects such kind of behavior. It suggests that we don't put anybody into anxiety and get into anxiety because of anybody. It wants us to, abhyasena vairagyena cha gruhyate. It wants us to do proper practice so that we are not disturbed by small outward disturbances. In today's world, when somebody's senses are gratified, they are happy. And when somebody's senses are not gratified, but somebody else's senses are gratified, they become sorry and envious. Bhagavad Gita is suggesting that we rise up from this. Uttishta Arjuna or Uttishta. When somebody is retaliating on us, we come into a state of fear, and when we cannot do something, we become dejected. That is the state of the world. And Bhagavad Gita is saying, give up these lower modes and come up with a higher taste. Param Drishtva Nivartate. I would like to thank the audience, Tendulkar, and Lord Krishna and the Guru Parampara for giving me this wonderful material to talk about. Anybody can develop a higher taste. Just connect with your inner self, connect with your subconscious self, connect with God, connect with all the plants, all the animals, and all the human beings out there. There are different techniques of doing it. Do selfless service. You can do meditation. You can do yoga. You can chant Vedic mantras. You can chant Hare Krishna, which I chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. You can read the Bhagavad Gita every day. You will see that as you are reading the Bhagavad Gita, sometimes tears flow down your eyes. And you say, man, Krishna, thank you for giving Bhagavad Gita. It gives me a technology to maintain peace of mind. Today, the world is forgetting discipline because they're saying, oh, we have great phones, we have great technology, and we are trashing the planet. Lord Krishna is the voice of an old intelligence who can calm the whole world. Read Bhagavad Gita. I bet you that you like chanting slokas of Bhagavad Gita. You will like chanting particular slokas of Bhagavad Gita, or maybe chanting a particular chapter of Bhagavad Gita every day. I try to chant 3 to 4 chapters a day. I try to chant Hare Krishna for 2 hours a day, meditation. And one of the practical examples is Nelson Mandela. He was put in the prison by the white apartheid regime of South Africa, and he figured out that he is losing his intelligence because the government is giving him junk work in the prison. To keep his intelligence up, he and an Indian lawyer, they started reading Bhagavad Gita every day. He was in the prison for something like 28 years, but he kept his high thinking despite all kinds of terrible trouble which he was going through. So Bhagavad Gita is a book which has motivated all the big people, and ultimately Nelson Mandela is a very, very, very successful person. He won the Nobel Prize and he has influenced a lot of people. He influenced Dr. Martin Luther King, and Nelson Mandela was influenced by Gandhi. Gandhi was influenced by Bhagavad Gita. He should read Bhagavad Gita every day. In fact, Gandhi said, when doubts haunt me, when disappointments stare me in the face, I see not one ray of hope on the horizon. I turn to Bhagavad Gita and find a verse to comfort me. Those who meditate on the Bhagavad Gita will derive fresh joy and new meanings from life every day. I love Gandhi. I also think sometimes Gandhi was childish, very, very childish. Those who have read autobiography of My Experiments with Truth, Gandhi's autobiography, would know it. And also his Bhagavad Gita, he wrote his own version of Bhagavad Gita, like his own commentary on Bhagavad Gita. It does not satisfy your heart. It doesn't talk to your heart as deeply as it should. At least it didn't. I was unlucky. So I use Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita. I really, really enjoy it because Srila Prabhupada has presented Bhagavad Gita as a word-for-word translation into English. Thank you for your time. Hare Krishna. Please read Bhagavad Gita.